Soft mist gathers in the valleys, rolling gently over ancient peaks that have watched centuries pass. In the delicate light of dawn, a golden dragon glides effortlessly through the swirling clouds, its long whiskers trailing behind like ribbons of sunlight. Thunder rumbles in the distance, echoing through the mountains as the majestic creature weaves between the peaks, its scales shimmering with an ethereal glow. This is no ordinary beast. It is a symbol of power, grace, and life itself. Dragons. Across the world, they have inspired fear, wonder, and awe. In Western legends, dragons are often portrayed as fire-breathing monsters, lurking in caves and hoarding piles of gold. They are adversaries to be defeated, obstacles in the path of heroes. But in China, the dragon is something far greater. A being of blessing, a guardian of rivers and rain, a creature whose very presence is woven into the fabric of the world. The Chinese dragon, known as Long, is not a monster to be feared, but a supreme creature to be revered. It embodies strength, wisdom, and the promise of life. What makes Chinese dragons unique? Unlike their Western counterparts, Chinese dragons do not spit fire or dwell in darkness. Instead, they dance through the sky, bringing rain to parched fields and shaping the very seasons themselves. Their bodies are long and serpentine, moving with a fluid grace that mirrors the rivers and clouds. 4 powerful legs support them, each tipped with claws sharp as blades. Antler-like horns rise from their heads, and their faces are adorned with flowing whiskers that seem to ripple with energy. The elegance of the dragon's form is matched only by its fearsome power. Legends speak of dragons that can change shape at will. They can shrink to the size of a silkworm or expand until they cover the entire heavens. With a flick of their tail, they summon storms, and with a whisper, they vanish into mist. Farmers, watching the skies, noticed that dragons seemed to arrive with the spring rains, their presence heralding the renewal of life. When winter came and the dragons disappeared, the world grew quiet and cold. Prayers were offered to the dragons, for it was believed that survival depended upon their benevolence. The dragons were not just creatures, they were the heartbeat of the land. Chinese mythology describes a dazzling variety of dragons, each tied to a force of nature. The Tianlong, celestial dragons, dwell in the heavens, guarding the palaces of the gods and pulling divine chariots across the sky. Shenlong, the spirit dragons, are masters of wind and rain. They respond to the prayers of farmers, granting good harvests and gentle weather. Fuzanglong, the treasure dragons, hide deep beneath the earth, guarding precious gems and metals. The Dilong, earth dragons, rule over rivers and streams, keeping waters flowing and preventing floods. Among them all are the Yinglong, the rare winged dragons. Unlike most dragons, they bear great wings, and legends say they helped the ancient hero Yu tame the deadly floods that once threatened all of China. Each dragon's features hint at its powers. The fish-like tails suggest mastery over water, while wings hint at dominion over wind and storms. Together, these dragons form a vast mythological network, their stories explaining the mysteries of storms, floods, wealth, and the very movements of the heavens. In every corner of China, dragons are present, in the rivers, the mountains, and the clouds above. Among the most powerful of all are the Dragon Kings, rulers of the seas and masters of rain. In Chinese belief, there are 4 great dragon kings, each presiding over a sea in one of the cardinal directions. Ao Guang rules the East Sea, fierce and unpredictable. Ao Qin of the South Sea is tied to summer's heat and storms. Ao Run, the West Sea Dragon King, brings the gentle rains of autumn. Ao Shun, the North Sea Dragon King, commands winter's snow and ice. These mighty rulers live in crystal palaces beneath the waves, surrounded by courts of fish, turtles, and sea creatures. Farmers built temples beside lakes and rivers, offering sacrifices to the Dragon Kings during times of drought, praying for rain and relief. The Dragon Kings are more than distant figures of myth. They appear in stories and literature, playing central roles in China's greatest tales. In the classic Journey to the West, the Dragon Kings interact with the mischievous Monkey King, their actions shaping the fate of heroes and mortals alike. Through these stories, dragons become characters woven into the tapestry of China's cultural identity. reminders of the deep bonds between people and the forces of nature. Over centuries, dragons transformed from guardians of nature into symbols of ultimate power. During the Han Dynasty, emperors claimed descent from dragons, their robes shimmering with golden dragon embroidery. The imperial throne was called the Dragon Throne, and the word dragon itself became synonymous with the authority of the emperor. Yet this symbol was carefully guarded. Imperial dragons were depicted with 5 claws. Nobles could display only 4-clawed dragons, while commoners were restricted to 3. To use the dragon symbol improperly was a bold challenge to the emperor's rule, a crime that could carry severe punishment. Dragon motifs spread throughout China, carved into palace walls, painted on scrolls, cast into bronze vessels, and stitched into silk. The dragon dance, performed during the Lunar New Year, traces its roots to ancient ceremonies that honored both emperors and nature, calling for good harvests and fortune. Even in modern times, dragons remain a proud emblem of Chinese identity, their image a reminder of strength, resilience, and unity. To be called a descendant of the dragon is to carry a legacy of honor. For thousands of years, dragons have shaped how the Chinese people view the world. They are not beasts to be slain, but forces to be respected. They bring rain to thirsty fields, guard the treasures hidden beneath the earth, and stand as symbols of justice and wisdom. The belief in dragons has inspired generations to seek harmony with nature, to honor the cycles of the seasons, and to recognize the power of balance. Even today, the dragon lives on, in art, stories, festivals, and the spirit of the people. What lessons do these legendary creatures offer us? The Chinese dragon teaches that true power does not come from destruction, but from harmony, from the ability to nurture, protect, and sustain the world around us. Greatness is not measured by hoarded treasure or by spreading fear, but by the strength to bring life, renewal, and peace. The dragons of the East are more than myths. They are guides, showing humanity how to live with nature, not against it. As the golden dragon rises into the clouds, rain begins to fall gently on the green rice fields below. The cycle of life renews once more, and the spirit of the dragon endures. In the sky, in the rain, and in the hearts of a people, the dragon lives on, a symbol of hope, power, and unity for generations to come.